Hey, welcome my love. So my name's Lindsay Clayton and today I'm going to talk to you about moods and foods. So it's quite easy to get caught in a bit of a cycle, a bit of a rut with this, because what you eat affects your moods and your moods affect what you eat. So it's a bit like a vicious circle. And once you get caught up in that rut of feeling shitty and crappy, it's very hard to get yourself out of it. So it's finding the motivation to change a little bit of what you're eating, or getting the wisdom and the knowledge of what you need to eat to then start lifting your mood, to start getting out of that rut. So what I found is there's two main things. So the first thing is finding what's harming your body. So if there's any intolerances or allergies, because the slightest bit of food that you're having that you're intolerant to or have an allergy to is enough to affect your moods, to affect your mental health, to cause irritability, to cause stress, to cause anxiety, cause depression, just the slightest little bit. So that is one thing, is to find out what you're intolerant to. You do get the main allergens, but there's usually a few others that you're allergic to as a unique person. So it's finding what they are and getting rid of them out your diet. So the second thing is the nutrients that the body needs. So you need specific nutrients for the body to be able to function properly. And a deficiency in any of the nutrients starts causing illnesses and symptoms. So it's finding out what you're deficient in. So you've got your the main guidelines of what the human body needs, but then there's also, over time, there's going to be nutrients that you as a unique person have become deficient in. And, there's just if it's one or two vitamins you're deficient in, it's enough to cause anxiety, stress, irritability and depression, along with other illnesses. Okay, so once you get the balance and you start aligning to what the body needs or what the body's longing for, that's when the magic starts to happen. So the mood starts to lift and becomes more clarity of the mind, more energy. Something really does start to shift. So we listen to what others think we should do, and we get caught up in trend diets, and all these plans that have been made for the masses, basically. And what you need to do is find out what works for you, because it isn't a case of just finding a diet and thinking, I've got to do that diet here, it'll make me lose weight, it'll lift my mood, it'll this, it'll that. But it's got to be something that you can stick to, because usually, you can think, I'll have a month on that, and I'll feel better, look better, be better, and then after a month you can't sustain that diet because it isn't right for you. So it's very important to find a diet that suits you, because when you make a change, it's a change forever. Otherwise you'll just go completely back to where you was in the first place, and it has to be manageable for you. So listening to what everybody else thinks you should do, or these plans that are out there, or all these diets, you're missing one very vital thing, and that is what your body is trying to tell you with the symptoms that it's giving you. So the body will be giving you certain symptoms to make you realise that the body needs something that you're not giving it. And sometimes on top of that, we can mask this with alcohol, drugs, whether it be recreational or medication. We're masking them with a lot of things, and these are vital signs that you need to listen to, because you're going to get irritability, low moods, mental health, etc. But moving on from that, if you don't address it, then it moves on to more serious conditions. So we get very caught up with looking outside of ourselves, and what we really need to do is come within a little bit. And be able to connect with ourselves and find out what works for us. And then, you can get your knowledge and your wisdom, like I say, from outside of yourself. Well, the knowledge from outside of yourself, the wisdom comes from within. And really getting in touch with your body, and it'll tell you everything that you need to know. So I discovered the mood-food connection in my late 20s. You know, I was struggling with anxiety, bouts of anxiety and depression. I wasn't constantly anxious or depressed, it was just bouts. But I was highly stressed, you know, and I was partying for the highs and struggling with the lows, you know, and the lows got a little bit more than the highs. And enough was enough, and I just wanted to get out that rut. So I discovered the mood foods, and, you know, I found what was harming me, my intolerances, and I found the nutrients I was deficient in. And together, you know, I went on a diet that suited me straight away, and I stuck to it. And within a week or two, I could just I felt different, you know, something just shifted. You know, there was increased energy, improved my mood, sharpened my mind, became more relaxed and beating stress, you know, not feeling so stressed. And, you know, it was a diet that I could sustain. And by sharpening my mind and improving my energy, it then allowed me to be really clear on my future and think about what I wanted to do and my desires. So I was able to move forward and start living my life instead of being stuck in that rut of feeling crap, you know, living for the highs and dealing with the lows. It just got too much. Okay, so again, like I say, it's just finding something that you can maintain, you know, that can calm the mind and soothe and nourish the body, so you can start living a little and lift the mood. And, you know, there's diets, there's foods that you can have that just give you natural highs, the boost in serotonin. So using the brain's natural chemistry to eradicate stress, anxiety and depression. And it's not to say that I never get stressed now, or I never get anxious, or my mood never gets low. Sometimes that does happen, but when it does happen, I know exactly how I work. So the first thing I do, if I start feeling shit, the first thing I do is I check in on my food. I check in to see if there's anything I've been having that's got any foods in that harms me, that I'm not meant to have. And then I look at, see if I'm not getting something that I need. Because every 7 years as well, throughout your life, your needs, what your body needs, changes. So you might have to up your game a little bit, and there might be more nutrients that you have to bring in as you age. So the first thing I do is check in on my diet, and, you know, instantly, as soon as I get that in order, I'm back okay. You know, so whereas like years ago, it'd probably last for days, weeks. Now it doesn't last that long. As soon as I get back on track with my diet, then everything falls into place. So do you want to get out of that rut? Do you want to make some changes that you can sustain, and improving your energy, sharpening the intellect, calming the mind, relaxing, and being able to just manage everyday challenges a lot better? So if there is something that you want, if you want to lift your mood, start living your life a little, get more clarity, lifting that brain fog and getting some more vitality, then get in touch with me. My details will be in the description with this video. And if you connect with me, and together we'll explore what foods would work best for you. We'll find out what you need to get out of your diet, and we'll find out what the body needs. I really would love to work with you. I'd love to help you. I'd love to teach you the wisdom that I have of my own journey with this. You know, everything that I will be offering you is something that I've experienced. So don't hesitate to get in touch with me. And thank you for joining me.